Do you feel the pressure on you? Because people go to TNA shows now to see you. I saw the line on Thursday in Irvine, California. I saw the line at all the conventions. Do you feel the pressure?
How do you mean?
There's a lot, when people are paying their hard-earned money to come see you perform, you're the TNA world champion, there's a lot of pressure to deliver for them.
There is.
And there's a lot of pressure when someone is paying their money to meet you at a meet and greet.
Yes.
That they want this moment to live up to their expectations.
That's a great point. Someone that I've learned a lot from, the Hardies, I've learned a lot from, the way they are with their fan base. And, I've gotten to know them, but I've gotten to know Matt really well in particular.
And it feels like, not to interrupt you, it feels like what you have right now is very similar to what Matt had when the broken Matt Hardy gimmick was taken off.
And I remember when Matt came back to TNA and when Jeff came back, they gave Matt the microphone and they said, just, say whatever. And instead of saying something about himself, this is before all this, I believe, he said, Joe Hendry is going to be the next guy here in TNA wrestling. And it was a couple of weeks later, we had this big tag match where they featured me just like he said as well. And I really feel like Matt I can't be thankful enough for what he did that night to just what could have been his and probably should have been his moment. He went, no, we need to, and he gave me his endorsement. That really meant a lot. But to come back to what you said, the way they are with their fans is unbelievable. And I have had moments where I will say there was a lot going on in WrestleMania. So it's like I had a video game deal, which I'm hoping we can talk a little bit about later, that I was launching that day. I'm at WrestleCon. I'm doing that. I've got, is my wrestling gear going to get here? I've got to go to WWE World in a second. I got Mania later on. Well, there was so many things going on. And I really do try my best at meet and greets because sometimes you have to be quick because there's so many people. And there are times where I just have this little feeling that I could have given more, and it's like, I'll have moments where I realize that in these meet and greets, people are paying a lot of money and you have to really try your best to figure out quickly what moment that you can give this person and what they want from the experience, and it's like some of the things that people tell you when they come up to you and they tell you about how pro wrestling helped them move on from depression or how I had someone the other day tell me they used to watch wrestling with their dad and he's not there anymore, but the song and all that, he loved that a couple of years ago, or he would have loved that, or blah, blah. And you hear these moments, people are sharing these moments with you. And that is where the responsibility comes in. And you realize this is people's lives. And so when I hear things like that, I'm not perfect. I've really tried my best to understand that. And I've learned there are moments where I've gone, you know what? I'm going to just slow down that interaction a little bit and I'm going to give some time. There's been times where I've had to go, you know what? And I look at the Hardys and they come back from their meet and greets at 3-4 in the morning. Their lines are ridiculous. And they're taking the time with the fans. And I'm going, man, times are tough. And for people to invest their money to come and meet us, we have to, you remember when I said authentically be themselves? We have to authentically be there for those people. No matter how much that we are hurting in the match, no matter what we've got going on personally, that person deserves this moment. And I'd really try to remember that and learn and be better,
And that minute or two, good, bad, or indifferent, depending on whoever it is you meet, that is going to be their impression of that person for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
So if it's a rushed meet and greet with someone who's just not having a great day, they're going to go, oh man, that person's, they're not cool.
If a fan, I know, again, nobody's perfect. If I heard that, there aren't many things that a fan could say that would hurt, and that would hurt. I'd have to go, that would hurt. So
but that's not who you are. I think that, we're not going to name names here, but there's certain people at conventions where you're like, it's not a great interaction.
Yeah.
Maybe you get your figure signed and you move on, but it's not a great interaction. When you meet Joe Hendry, it's a great interaction.
I would like
the Hardies, it's a great interaction.
I would really like to think so. And if there have been times where, if I do feel something's being rushed, I'll maybe let me do that signature again. Or maybe, there are moments because it's if you have a million things going on, you have to also be careful. You have to, again, just like we talked about from Tools for Titans, it's you have to be present, and it's you have to be present for those people, no matter how tired you are. So I'm really understanding that. And it's such an important part of what we do and meeting those fans. It's very humbling. Like people bring me, like I really, those things you got on your wrist right there.
I just got these at a meet and greet.
I have.
This one says gratitude.
Yeah.
It's a nice little reminder.
I have like a drawer just full of these at home because if it's a gift I can take back, I really will try to. I try to do my best and keep the things that people give me, especially like people have put real time and effort into this as well. So I really do try and keep them.